Hi everyone. Let us start the new session of Geography online class. Have you learned the previous portion? I told you to write the question and answers. Have you done it? Today we are going to start a new topic. In our previous class we discussed about the importance of manufacturing industry, interdependence between agriculture and industry we discussed, and the contribution of manufacturing sector towards GDP. And the last portion we discussed is the location. What are the factors affecting location of industries? Hope you have all studied these portions. Now we are starting a new portion. It's very simple and very small topic we are discussing now. Classification of industries. What are the different types of industries? Industries are classified into different types based on different criterions. Based on different factors, industries are classified into different types. What are the different types of industries? With example, we are discussing or we are defining each term we are defining now. Okay? The first one is, on the basis of raw material, industries are classified into two types. Based on raw material, industries are classified into two types. Already I have mentioned the answer in my previous class. They are agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. Agro-based industries, the term itself gives that meaning. Agro-based, that means industries which use agricultural products as raw material, or industries depend on agriculture for their raw material are called as agro-based industries. For example, textile industry. Textile industry use cotton or wool, silk, etc. as raw material. These cotton, wool, silk, etc. are the natural or agricultural product. That means textile industry is a agro-based industry. Jute industrial sector use jute as a raw material, and it is also obtained from agricultural production or agriculture. That's why they are called as agro-based industries. The next one is mineral-based industries. That's also very easy to understand. Mineral-based industries are the industries which use minerals as raw material. Okay? Mineral-based industries depend on minerals for raw material. For example, steel industrial sector. Steel industrial sector use iron ore as an important raw material. Limestone, iron ore, bauxite, etc. etc. These are all minerals. That's why iron and steel industry or aluminium smelting industry, cement industry, all these industries depend on or use minerals as raw material. Okay? And that means the industries which are classified into two based on raw material, they are agro-based industries and mineral-based industry. That is the first important classification. The second one is, industries are also classified into two based on the nature of finished products. That means on the basis of use of the finished products or end products, industries are classified into two types. The first one is basic industry. Basic or key industry. Basic industry and consumer industries. Basic industries means industries which use or which provide raw material to the other industries. Industries which produce goods used as raw material for other industries are called basic industry. For example, iron and steel industry. Iron industry produce steel, that is the finished product. Steel is used for making many other products. That means steel is used to make engineering products or for making machines. That means iron and steel industry supply their products to manufacture other products. That's why they are called as basic or key industries. Okay? And then consumer industry, which means what? The industry which supply the goods, produce the goods for the direct consumption. That means the goods are directly consumed by the people. Pickle industry or paper industry. These are the products, pickle or paper, are directly consumed by us. They are called as consumer industry. Based on nature of the finished products, role of the finished products, you should study that criterion. Industries are divided into two types. They are consumer industries and basic industries. And then third classification, based on capital, industries are classified into two. They are large scale industries and small scale industries. Based on capital, capital means the money spent for the production. Based on the money spent for the production or capital, industries are classified into two types that already you have learned in the previous classes or your lower classes. They are large scale. Large scale means industries use large amount of money for production process are called as large scale industries, and industries which use small amount of money. Okay, small amount of money for the production is called a small scale industry. And for example, pickle industries or electrical industries, for this we use less amount of money. And then the limit of money which separates small scale from large scale is 1 crore. That means the industries which use more than 1 crore, that means large amount of money, is called as large scale industry. Industries use less than 1 crore is called as small scale industry. Is it okay? Industries based on capital are classified into two. They are large scale industry and small scale industry. Okay? Then next classification. That is very simple, you already learned. The industries based on ownership. Ownership, industries are classified into three types or mainly four types. They are public industries, private industries, joint industries and cooperative sector industries. Okay, that these four types of industries you already learned in the lower classes. Is it okay? And first one is public industries. Nothing is to mention more, I think. Public industries are the industries which is owned and managed by government of a country, by the state, is called as public industries. Okay, for example, BSNL or SAIL, Steel Authority of BSNL, now it is privately owned, and SAIL, Steel Authority of India, like companies which are fully under the control of the government, they are called as public industries. The second type is private industries. Private sector means the sector which is owned and managed by individual, privately owned by individual or group of individual, are called as private industries. Private industries are the industries which is owned and operated by a group of people or an individual, is called as private industries. Reliance is a private industrial sector. Okay, and joint industry, joint sector, the term itself gives the meaning. Joint sector. Joint sector means the sector which is owned by both government and private, that means group of individuals. Is it okay? The next type is joint sector industries. Joint sector means the sector which is owned by both public and private. That means the sector which is owned by government and with the group of individuals. Okay, and both privately owned and with the aid of the government are called as joint sector. Oil India Limited is the joint sector industrial sector in India. The last one is cooperative sector. Cooperative sector is the sector which is owned and managed by a registered company or a cooperative bodies or the suppliers of raw material, producers of raw material, workers of or a particular industrial sector, or doctors, like that already cooperative hospitals, cooperative colleges, etc., etc. That means what? These industrial centers or these institutions are owned and managed by a cooperative organizations, are called as cooperative industrial sector. And the best example of the cooperative industrial sector is Milma. Milma is the cooperative milk production or milk distribution center, or industrial sector is the cooperative industrial sector. Okay, industries based on ownership are classified into 4 types: public industries, private industries, joint industries, and cooperative sector industries. Okay, the next is the last classification. The industries are classified into 2 on the basis of weight of raw material. Bulk and weight of raw material and finished products. Based on the weight of raw material and finished products, industries are classified into 2. They are heavy industries and light industries. It's very easy to define. Heavy industries are the industries which use heavy raw material and produce heavy goods or heavy finished products. For example, shipbuilding industries. Shipbuilding industries use iron ore and many other minerals which are heavy and produce ship that is also very heavy. And light industries are the industries which use light in weight raw material and produce light goods, electrical equipments, electronic items. They are light in weight when we compare with the ship and other large industrial or tractors, threshers, etc. etc. That means industries based on weight of raw material and finished goods. Industries are classified into 2: heavy industries and light industries. This very simple portion, my dear children. You just learn all these definitions with examples. The next class we can start explain in detail about other industrial sector. Okay, you write these question and answers in your notebook and study it and read the textbook. Let us summarize the points again. Dear children, let us recall the question and answer what we have discussed. You can write the question, what are the classifications of industries? And answer, industries are classified into different types based on different factors. Based on the basis of source of raw materials, industries are classified into agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. Agro-based industries are the industries depend on agricultural raw material, for example, textile industry. Mineral-based industries, the industries using minerals as raw material, for example, iron and steel industries. On the basis of role of finished products, industries are classified into basic or key industries and consumer industries. Basic industries are the industries which supply their products to manufacture other goods, for example, iron and steel industries. Next is consumer industries. Consumer industries are the industries that produce goods for direct use by consumers, for example, sugar industry. Next, on the basis of capital, industries are classified into 2: small-scale industries and large-scale industries. The small-scale industry is the industries use small amount of capital or less than 1 crore for the production. For example, pickle industry. The next is large-scale industries. The industries use more than 1 crore or use large amount of capital for production. For example, shipbuilding industry. Next, on the basis of ownership, industries are classified into 4 types: public sector industries, private sector industries, joint sector industries, and cooperative sector industries. The first, public sector industries, the industries which is owned and operated by government agencies. For example, Bharat Heavy Electronic Limited or BHEL, Steel Authority of India Limited or SAIL.
The next, private sector industries. The industries owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals are called private sector. Example, Tisco, Bajaj Auto Limited, etc. Joint sector industries. These industries are jointly run by the state and individuals or a group of individuals. Example, Oil India Limited. One is cooperative sector. The industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw material, workers or both. For example, coir industry, Milma, etc. And the last classification, on the basis of bulk and weight of raw material and finished products, industries are classified into two, heavy industries and light industries. Heavy industries which use heavy raw materials and produce heavy products. Example, shipbuilding industry. The next is light industries. Industries that use light raw materials and produce light goods. Example, electrical industries. Okay, my dear children, write these question and answers in your notebook and study it. Thank you.